My screen share up and running. Good to see you all. All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Fausto from Cybertrain University. Thank you for coming here on this Saturday, beautiful Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m. in Eastern over here. I don't know where you guys are. Where's everybody logged in from, by the way? Where's everybody logged in from? New York. Okay. By the way, everyone, if you on the when you chat, just make sure you click where it says to everyone so everybody can see where you're from. Saudi Arabia. Oh my God. New Mexico. There we go. Mexico, Vancouver, Florida Keys. Love it there. Beautiful. All right. Good, good. Vancouver, been there a few times. David, nice talking to you. Nice showing up, David. I just spoke to David yesterday, actually. New student at Cybertrain University. Czechoslovakia. My God, everyone's like all over the world right here. Anybody from the U.S. other than Tony? All right. Well, let's have some fun this morning. Anyway, I don't want to waste too many people's time. I'm here to kind of teach you how to play the game of trading. I'm going to talk about technical analysis versus order flow. Everyone here thinks they know how to trade. They go out there, they see all these gurus and everything, and you really don't know who to trust. Well, I'm going to tell you who you should trust and who you shouldn't trust, and what you should be looking at and what you should not be looking at. Listen, trading is one of the greatest jobs in the world. You are your own boss. You can come and go whenever you please. If you haven't experienced COVID and already went through that debacle, realize that, hey, you know what? People made a lot of money back then. But you know what happened? A lot of people lost money because they thought it was that easy. And I'll tell you what the mistakes are and how to do it. So anyway, quick little disclaimer before we get started, everyone. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not going to make any guarantees or promises. This doesn't work for everyone. There is a very high risk in trading. So please be very wise and smart before you make an investment in this industry. Now, here's a couple of things we're going to be learning. I'm going to talk about how to follow the big money. Think about that. You're going to be able to see where 70% of the big block orders, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Vanguard, Morgan Stanley, all those big orders, the algorithms, the high frequency trades, the AIs, all that stuff that you're thinking about. I'm going to show you how we're going to follow that. It's going to blow your stocks off. And you're going to be like, my God, I can't believe someone didn't tell me this before. I can guarantee you that. I'm going to show you the tools that we use. I'm going to show you where to get them. I'm going to show you, everything that I can to give you a fighting chance to be successful. Now, listen, I am here to do this all for free because I've just been seeing too much scrutiny out there that everybody thinks they're a trader and nobody knows who to trust. So I'm hopefully going to be that trust for you moving forward. Now, we're going to talk about for about a little less than an hour. Okay. I could warn you, it's going to go very, very fast. Now, I'm going to be asking questions. If you want to interact, I highly recommend you do it, because if you don't ask, you're not going to learn. Okay. And that's really comes down to it. All right. So let's talk about what happened this week. So I want to share my screen really quick. And hold on one second. See what you got here. Here we go. All right. So right here, we're looking at an execution system. You could see it's quite simple. We have a 1 minute chart up on top, a yearly chart, a level 2, time and sales, a watch list, and a percentage gainers and losers. And that's it. No indicators, no news, no nothing. Okay. You are looking at basically, and I'm not here to sell you this platform. I don't work for the brokerage firms or anything else. I'm just showing you basically what's moving and how we found them. Now, I did a video just recently. And by the way, is anyone here following me on social media? On YouTube? Anybody find me on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or X? Anybody here? There's the YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to it, I recommend you do it right now before you forget. But does anyone here follow me on any of the social networks? Just give me a quick yes or no. Not yet. David? Okay, I remember I told you about that. That's the one for Instagram. Joel, what about you? John? Aaron, you do? Okay. Larry, what about you? Barry? All right, good. So listen, the reason why I bring that up is because I want to show you right here. I'm going to bring up Instagram because it's a little bit easier to read. And these are all these reels that we've done. And what you're going to see is you're going to see testimonials from students. I actually did one with Alex Poe just this week. I think you could see it's been a really popular video. I think a lot of people, you want to hear from the other side. Here's a guy that makes about $1,000 a day being a student. You probably want to see how he got started and how he got there. But I want to show you a couple of other videos. I want to bring up, I did these three just this Friday. I just did this Friday, okay? And I want you to watch this video really quick, okay? Now listen carefully. Hovering at these prices, but the market's up 700 points right now. Is now a time to buy? Let's go see. You can see the market up about almost 700 points, and Apple's been kind of flat all day, but you could see even on a long-term chart, been trending down and hasn't gone anywhere, and all these orders are actually in the offer, but this is where the big orders are. I don't know. I don't see any support levels until 210, maybe down to 200. So we still got a ways to go. But if it consolidates here and we see some new buyers show up, then maybe we'll consider. Until now, not interested. Apple's been hovering at these prices, but the market's up 700 points right now. Is now a time to buy? Let's go see. You see. So let me bring up the Apple trade really quick and show you what I'm talking about. Because listen, I don't trade Apple. There's a lot more other stocks that are less expensive to trade, that are easier and controllable out there. But because everybody, it's the fabulous seven, it's all they talk about. I think everyone, 90% of the world has an Apple phone and everything else. So why not just look at it really quick? So it was more, my videos are more for educational purposes, not more strategy wise. And you could see here that the market was up 600 points. Apple was only up 40 cents, 40 cents out of the whole thing. Now, what we're looking at is right here. And you could see that Apple got big support levels at these prices. And finally, it had this big run up from up to, what is that, almost 240. Stock's already about 217. But you could see the candlesticks are all red. The trending is down, okay? How is that the market is up and Apple is down, okay? Well, I have a question to ask all of you. And then we had another one I did with CrowdStrike, okay? That was another big one that we did. Thanks for sharing that one. Where's the CrowdStrike one right here? And we all know about CrowdStrike. Here's the video on CrowdStrike. Listen to this one right here. If you can read what I'm writing here, CrowdStrike has taken a hit. Now it's testing a key support level at 250. These level is an attracting buyers, hitting a potential rebound and presenting a prime opportunity for investors to capitalize on stocks resistance. So if you look at them, I'm pointing around, I'm showing you around. CrowdStrike took a big hit. Now let me show you what I'm trying to show you here. Okay, let's bring up CrowdStrike. Here it is. So CrowdStrike's up about $1. CrowdStrike, you can see here on a long-term chart. Bring this back a little bit further. We draw you a trend line. So you can see right here that we had some. Let me get my crayons out here so you guys can follow along a little bit better. Here we go. So you see these resistance levels right there? Right now we're hovering right there. So this stock went from 400 down to 250, down 150 points. Now, the thing is this. I had a question to ask all of you because apparently some of you know how to trade. So let me see how you would answer this question. By the way, if you can't answer this question, you should not be trading. How do stocks go up and go down in the market, everyone? How do they go up and down? I hear crickets. Come on, traders. Don't be shy. No one's going to pick on you. No one's going to embarrass you. You're better off getting it wrong here than with real money. Okay, Larry, you're right. Tony, you're right. Aaron, you're right. Michelle, you're right. Anyone else? Could everyone just write BNS? And that's not the bullshit, okay? That's the buyers and sellers. Just write BNS so I know that you're listening and following along. That's all I care about. All right, so look at all everyone's writing, okay? So what you're trying to tell me that the moving average, the RSI, the Bollinger Band, what else you guys like to listen? Ooh, the MACD. can't forget about MACD, right? Anything else that looks pretty good there? Oh, the Shanken. I know that guy. Anyone else? I don't know. I'm not even going to go crazy, but I don't know. Did this tell you why it's going up? Does this make absolutely any sense to anyone here? Okay. Or would you rather know where the buyer and seller is? You see what I'm saying? You all answer the right question, but no one has said exactly what everyone's been taught. Oh, it was, the MACD ran it up. Oh, it was the Fibonacci that ran it up. Oh, it was Mr. Shanken that ran it up. Do you want to learn from mathematicians, everyone, or do you want to learn from traders? Now, let me move on and let me show. Let me get right into the thick of things. Before I go any further, let me introduce myself. Okay, for the ones that are here for the very first time, I'm a 12-time champion at the Money Show. I beat every single school that I competed against. Okay. Also, how I got started, I'm 52 years old. Now, some of you are probably a lot older than me. I started when I was 22. I was one of the original day traders that started the industry. When I started, there was about a few thousand of us around the world. Okay. Now there are millions of you, and you're including as one of them. I live here in New York. I was trained by some of the best traders in the world. Okay. And the big thing is this. My dad always taught me, my parents came here from Italy. I'm first generation Italian. And my dad told me, he came here because this was the country of opportunity. So he said, listen, if you want to be good at something, you do whatever it takes to find the best people in the industry. I don't care how much it costs you or what sacrifice that you got to make, but you're better off learning from their mistakes than you make them yourself and not knowing why you made them. Okay. And that was one of the best advice that I always give all my students. Losing is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, because if you know why you lost, you're not going to do it again. But the only way you're going to know how you made that mistake is that you had someone there to tell you that made that mistake and doesn't, so you don't make that mistake again, because you're going to make mistakes. Now, I've surrounded myself with some of the best traders in the world. I rang the closing bell for the first time with Mr. Forbes. By the way, who rang the first time himself at the same time, which was kind of weird. I'm like, wait a minute. I asked Mr. Forbes, I'm like, how many times do you ring the bell? He goes, oh, this is the first time. I'm like, really? I'm like, my God, what a privilege. So anyway, it was some of the, you got to remember, like, you're not going to beat Wall Street. I don't care. Like, I look at some of the chats. I look at some of the feedback on my social network and the hatred on certain companies and policies and this and that. As a trader, you can't take things personal. If you do, you're going to lose miserably, miserably. You just have to know how to play the game. Now, I'm also the author of the book of How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. It was published by Wiley, one of the biggest publishers in the world. I'm not here to sell my book. If you want to go buy it, you could pay me $47. But what I'm going to do is this for today only. I'm going to give it to you for free right now. So this is what I want you to do. That's my email address. Fausto P at ctucorp.com. Oops, I spelled it wrong. FAUSTOP at CTU. There we go. Email me right now. Open up your inbox. Open up a message right now. Here we go. Open up your inbox. Type in Fausto at ctucorp.com and then just write, please send book. And just email me right now and I'll give it to you. Okay. No charge. All right. So I'm going to send it to me. I'll send you the book. I'm telling you, it's a #1 bestseller. It'd probably be the best investment you made. It's a fast read. It's all color. I'm going to teach you how market makers play the game of reverse psychology, head fakes, traps, how to find stocks, the whole story and everything else. Okay. So you know what? to me, if I could change your life, that makes me more happier than the $47. Now, I'm also a feature on a lot of the financial networks. I've done, I can't even count how many on NASDAQ, but I'm going to show you how NASDAQ works, how the exchange works. And just to let you know, if you want a seat on the exchange, which cost millions of dollars, well, guess what? They eliminated that. No more. Now you could actually have a seat on the exchange yourself. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how you can see where all the brokerage firms are. I can show you where they buy, where they sell. This is what is going to blow your socks off. Okay. Now, here's my wonderful family. I've been married for about 25 years. I got 3 wonderful boys, Alex, Max, and Lucas. My wife, Debbie. I always like to share that with you because you know what? With my life, I figure being a trader, I've done so well that I think, was able to do so much more with my family. It's great because you could travel anywhere in the world, and it's awesome. I even got my home living channel. I don't know if you guys want to learn about backyard chickens. You want to learn how to make good tomato sauce. If you want to, anything, build a garden. These are things I do on the off time. This is what happens when you turn 50. It's not about fast cars. It's not about fancy trips and stuff like that. But, people say, what do you do? If you trade all day? No, what I do all day is this is one of my biggest hobbies. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channels and all that other stuff. It's pretty fun. Anyway, it's not about me. Okay. This is really about you. If you're looking for that lifestyle, if you're looking for that, you're sick and tired working for somebody, putting the 40, 80 hours a week. I was just talking to an accountant yesterday. He's like, Fausto, I'm about to retire. I'm burnt out, but I've been doing this my whole life, and it was a great story. I just showed you this video right here. Alex Poo right here. You could see the couple of shorts right there. And you could see that he tells you a little bit of his story about owning a construction business, how he got crushed during COVID. And, now he doesn't work a quarter of the hours, and he just trades all day. And you know what? It's more profitable to do this than to run a business. So if you want to know about those great stories, definitely subscribe to that channel and watch it, because hopefully I can make you guys to be the same. And then maybe one day you could be, a great testimonial for Cyber Trade University. Because listen, for doing it for 35 years and being endorsed by all the brokerage firms and having a great and having a 5-star rating on Google, there's a reason for it. Now, let me tell you how we do it. Following the big money. Trading is all about following orders. The orders are what control the market. You see, everybody is always focusing on the past. Everyone is being taught a new indicator. Everybody wants somebody to tell them what to buy and sell. Listen, at the end of the day, you have to hit the button and you need to know where to get out. It's not about the winners, it's about the losers. How many people gave you a stock and say how great it was? And it was awesome. It sure was. But you never were able to get it at the right price, and were never able to get out at the right price because you didn't follow the order. So let me show you what we're going to do. Okay. But before we do that, I want to do a quick poll. I want to get to know a little bit about everyone here. Do I have access to polls? Yes, I do. All right. So is it coming up? Oh, there we go. How long have you guys been investing for? So let me do a quick poll. Let me ask everyone. Are you brand new? 1 to 5 years? Let me see how everybody answers this question. So, and what I'm saying is, it's not about like, when did you start taking this very seriously? Listen, as some people say, oh, I've been doing it for 20 years. Yeah, but yeah. Okay. Well, you've been doing this full-time 20 years. What have you been doing it, as a full-time trader? All right. So let me share the results. Okay. All right. So we got a couple of brand new people, which is great. Got a couple of old timers been here for a while. All right, good. Now, my next question I want to ask everyone is, who trained you? All right. Who trained you? So let's do a poll on that one. And what I mean by that is, you bought education from somebody. So are you self-taught, or you actually were mentored by somebody, like you went through a program and everything else? Now, this is a great way of looking at this question, because you're going to know how you relate to everybody else that's here today. Okay. Now, as everyone's filling that out, maybe everybody could also tell me what stocks you're currently holding into, because that what I like to do, if we have some time, I'll look at some of these stocks. I'll tell you what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. All right. So let me end the poll here, and you could see that, share the results. Now you could see how many people here did not take education. Now let's think about this for a second. Let's take a step back. Would you let somebody trade your money that never learned finance? How about this? Would you let somebody do surgery on you that never went to med school or actually did surgery on someone? What's the relation? I don't know. What makes you think you know how to trade? What really did, like I told you, I read the comments, and I love to go on my TikTok because I get a lot of comments on that one. But the hatred and the anger of people out there with certain companies and certain stocks, when you take things personal, you're going to lose. Okay. Now, and I'll tell you why. We are going into a big presidential election right now. And you might be freaking out and be like, I don't understand why 50% of the world country wants Trump to win. And then some of you be like, I can't believe 50% of the people want, Harris to win. At the end of the day, as a trader, they both have two ideologies of where they see the country should go, which will lead to stocks that are going to move a certain way. So I did one on Tesla. Okay. People said I am a huge fan of EV stocks, but I would never buy Tesla because I hate him for what he stands for. And I'm like, then you know what? Short it. If you think that you want to take your personal feelings, short it. And you know what? Let me know how that works out for you. Okay. But what matters is this. If you like this business, if anyone here owned the business at all, you know for a fact that I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, I'm not going to say a friend of mine, but like somebody I know in the town, loves baking, makes this unbelievable cookie. Okay. Loves this cookie, right? It is actually pretty good. She said, I'm going to open up a bakery shop, and I'm in town. I'm going to sell these cookies. And she put all this money into it. And I'm like, listen, they're good, and I think everyone's going to buy it. But then what? What happens after that? I mean, okay, we bought this cookie. And you know what they end up finding out? She sold a lot of them. And, it's like a high. You bought it, you got it. Okay, great. You know what? I'm not going to go there every week and buy it now. And then she found out that everybody just wanted to buy the coffee. And she's like, but don't buy the coffee because she makes no money on the coffee. She's got to buy the cookie. But people didn't care. They liked the coffee. You know what I mean? It was just a convenient spot. So my point that I'm getting to is like, just because you think that what you think, what you're going to be able to sell is going to work, something totally different is going to sell. And you know what? You should have focused your efforts on that. And that just shows you it's what the street thinks. It's not what you think. So listen, let's go out there and follow the money. And let me show you, because we're going through these crazy times. We got high inflation. Housing is expensive. We have this uncertainty in what's going on in the economy. Well, you know what? You don't know if you're going to have a job. People are saying AI is going to replace 80% of the workforce out there. What are you going to do? What happens? What are you going to do? Well, guess what? There's opportunities all the time to make money. So let's go find the orders. Let me show you how we do it. Now there are, let me stop this. I want to ask everybody this question right here. Who here has level 3 quotes? Okay. So everybody just answer this poll really quick here. It's getting warm up where I am right now. Who here has level 3 quotes? Broker, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Broker, didn't you buy it? You're a trial member. Didn't you do a trial already? I think you signed up, right? Or I saw you somewhere else. And I got a couple of emails from you. Yeah. Okay, good. Don't think I know who you are. All right, so let me end the poll here. Share the results. You can see how many people here. Now, okay, listen. I need your attention, everybody. James, I don't know what you're watching TV or you're in La La Land or you're playing a video game. I don't know what you're doing. Pay attention. Larry, pay attention. Who else? Millard, I didn't hear from you. Pay attention because what I'm about to show you right now is Wall Street's biggest secrets. Okay. And like and you know what? For everyone here that emailed me, John, I don't even know who this person is. Oh, Greg, Joel, everyone who got my book, you're gonna get it. And by the way, if you didn't email me yet on my book yet, because it's so much money, you better email me now. All right, let me show you how we trade the market. Okay, so we use something that is called level 3, and we're gonna look for something called iceberg orders. An iceberg order is a big block order. That's basically an iceberg order. Now, you got to remember, there are buyers and sellers at every single price, at every single penny. So you're like, okay, and I know a lot of you probably looked at it, and you're probably looking at it and saying, okay, well, I don't even know what I'm looking at because it's moving too fast, and that's okay. I'm going to show you how to slow it down. Now, we're going to focus on something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, just to let you know a little bit of background on me, I was one of the beta testers that helped build the NASDAQ Book Viewer. It was called an ECN. They came to us day traders back in the old days, and you can read in my book. I'll go through it. You know, you can read the history on it, and you'll know how we evolved to where we are today. But that's why NASDAQ has me on a lot of it, because I kind of helped the system, how it was built as an ECN. Now, let me explain to you what we're looking at here. Okay. My crayons. Okay. So here are buyers and here are sellers. So we're seeing every single buyer in the entire world that are trading Google. Okay. Now, NASDAQ does about 50% of the volume, in the entire world. Anybody who trades Google is on NASDAQ. Now, there are other exchanges, which you're probably aware of. You have the New York Stock Exchange. So they might have a little piece of the pie. You have the CBOB. You have the other ECNs that are out there. But NASDAQ does about 50%. Okay, now I'm going to tell you where to get this. So be prepared. I'm going to give you my email. I'm going to tell you where to get it, how to download it, everything right from NASDAQ. Okay, now I don't work for NASDAQ, but I'm a huge fan of it because I could go on to New York, but New York only does about 20%. This is 50%. So let me show you what we're looking at. We're looking at every buyer out there in existence of that stock, and it shows you how many shares they want to buy, how many orders are out there, and at what price they're buying it. And then the same thing on the sell side. Every seller out there, how many shares they want to sell, and how many orders. Now, this is what you have to focus on here. You're looking at all these numbers. You're like, okay, well, what does that tell me? Yeah, I know there's buyers and sellers. What you're looking for is an iceberg order like this one. 168,000 share seller out there at $182. So you could see that 99% of the orders out there are garbage. You're looking for the 1%. That makes up probably about 80 to 90% of the buying and selling. That's what you're looking for. And that's that guy right there. Now, how cool is that? That now when you look at support and resistance levels, you're going to see if that support level and that resistance level is that big buyer and seller out there in the future, because you're too focused on the past. And I'm going to teach you how to read the future. Now, let me show you what we're talking about. We're looking at a stock called UPS. UPS just came out with earnings, and you could see it got really beat up on those earnings. I don't know if anyone here was trading it. And right here, you can see how it went down, and it finally came all the way down, and it hovered right around here around 126. Now, why 126? Why? Why not 130? Why not 100? Why 126? Makes no sense. 126. And you could see it hover here to 126 for a few hours, and then finally it decided to go up back to 129, which is pretty cool. But why 126? Maybe it was previous support levels, right? Well, let me explain something to you. You cannot have a support level unless you have the buyers out there. And when you look over here on the right, we look for buyers, we work our way down, and we see this big buyer about 5 digits long, where everyone's 3 digits long, right here at 125. So here you are watching a stock going down from 146, and you're like, oh my God, do I sell it now? Do I sell it now? Do I sell it now? And like, how much is this going to zero? And it's funny because when I listen to the comments on social media of people that when we're talking like CrowdStrike, like I showed you, or Apple, or Amazon, or any of the brand, and I like to focus on the brand names because obviously, if I brought up UPS, nobody's going to look up UPS because they do it on every single stock. But by knowing where the street is, where Wall Street is, it's going to make your life easier and safer. Because people like I heard people going up. I'll give you like an example. I had some people chatting me like, "Oh, I love the company, and Nvidia is going to 180 anyway, so I don't care what it says right now." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I agree with you, but wouldn't it be nice to buy it cheaper? Why own the stock at 140 and it goes to 110? You could have sold it at 140, bought it back at 110, and if you think it's going to 180, sell it. You buy, it'll go to 180, but you'll save 40 points. It's like it's ignorance, and the reason why you're here is not to be part of that ignorance, because you know, and I know you have experienced it, because you need those buyers to make the support level. Now, a couple of questions came across here. I registered for BookViewer, and they told me specifically BookViewer does not show level 3 information. Well, Eddie, who told you that? First of all, in their defense, it's not called level 3. It's called NASDAQ BookViewer. I call it level 3 because they got level 1, level 2, and they decided not to call it level 3. They call it NASDAQ BookViewer. So that's basically what it is. All right. That's basically. But if you call them up and said, "Who told you about level 3?" and just tell them Cybertrain Diversity, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we know what you're talking about." They know me very well there. Okay. So can you sort buy by large number of shares? Yes, you can, Tony. It's right. You could basically, the video I'm going to give you in the next few moments, I'll show you how to do that. You could set some filters out there. Okay. Now let's look at the big sellers on Apple. Okay. Here's Apple going up. And the goal is everyone's looking to take a profit, right? Where do you take profits? Where the seller is. Because if you didn't, where the sellers were at 227, now you just throw down the stock down to 224. All because of this 211,000 share seller out there. Now, I get people asking this all the time. "Oh, that's not a lot of shares." Really? Okay, you go buy it. "Oh, the stock trades 20 million, 50 million shares. 200 means nothing." Oh, really? Well, how do you know he's not refreshing his order? How do you know he doesn't have more shares behind that? I did a video also on Nvidia, and it was actually one of the biggest. It had over 1 million views. It was a video. It was right here. I'll show it to you. It went viral. Right here. You can see it right here. See this one right here? That one went viral right here. And if you look at it, if you read it, let me play it. Okay, let me play it and read it, because this was my first video I went viral. By the way, I've been on social media for only 3 months. We went from like 1,000 viewers. We went from 1,000 to almost how many followers we have now? Almost 90,000 followers when we started with 2,000 followers less than 3 months ago. Okay, so it just shows you how many people are catching on. So I want to play this video really quick for you and just read this. Here we are. So if you think NVIDIA is going to hit 140, you might be right, but there's one problem. There's a 1.1 million share seller at 135 and a 1.6 million share at 140. Okay, that's what it says. Okay, so if you read the comments, people are like, oh, that's a drop in the bucket. And you know what? They're right. They're right. Let me bring up the video over here on the execution system. By the way, this is giving me a headache. I can't look at all these indicators. I don't know how people read this crap. Hold on. Let me bring this back up. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me bring up an easier view of the chart. Okay, here's NVIDIA. Where's NVIDIA trading right now? Everyone, where's NVIDIA trading? When I made that video, it was right here. 140 was the 1.6 million share. Right here was the 1.1 million share, okay? This is what I want to show you what people got a little angry about. NVIDIA traded almost 300 million shares just on Friday, okay? So that's a drop in a bucket. And they're right, okay? Then why is it down to, why did it go all the way down here? Why are we down to almost $110 now? You understand? You see what's going on? You understand? That big order out there, he could have had 50 million. He could have been selling 1 million shares at a time. He's just showing you 1 million now. But if you knew how to read how they update quotes, that's what's going to teach you how to become a trader. Because guess what? Anyone here own NVIDIA or traded NVIDIA? Anybody here have it? Wouldn't you wish you had it, got out of it at 135 and 140? And be like, you know what? I had a huge profit. I should have sold it. You know what I mean? And like, oh yeah, right, broker. Yeah. I mean, like, listen. But some people are like, but it's going to go to 170. Okay, great. That'd be nice. But like, but it's not going there today. And it's been trending down. And if it does, wouldn't it be nice to at least buy it cheaper? Listen, I am a huge fan of Amazon. Okay. I spent a lot of money with Amazon. I was I was anti-Amazon about 5 years ago. And I was a complete ignorant because if I was, I should have bought it then. I don't care what your thoughts about Bezos is, if he's, his policies, whatever it is. I don't look at him. I look at the product, right? And you know what? I finally bought it, did well on it. And you can watch my video on it. But you know what? Amazon, clear this out. Amazon had a huge seller at 200. Who do you think that person was? Jeff Bezos. He had to make an announcement because when they sell X amount of shares, they had to get out of it. And it hovered. He sold it like right around here. But now it went down. And you know what? I thought it was going to break. And then he started selling it. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I got to get out of it. And you know what? I got out of it right around 195. Some of the students here will, and you can watch my video on, I talk about it. It's at 180, but I'm a huge fan. And like, you know what? It's going to still go to 250. Okay, great. But why wait when I could buy it cheaper? Who knows? It probably can go down. I'd rather pay 150 and salvage 40, 50 points just because I think it's going to go higher. Don't be that ignorant. See, that's the difference between traders, okay, and investors. I know we all want to swing, but you got to understand what happens over the case of the day trade to know how to swing trade and be a good investor. Now, did I lose anybody? Is everybody following along? Good. That's the goal. Did I get everybody's attention? All right. Now, what I'm going to do is this. In the next 10 minutes, because we're running out of time right here. I didn't realize Jesus, I'm only not even halfway through my slides. I told you, time flies. I'm going to invite every single one of you to come into my trading room because I'm going to practice and preach and show you everything that I showed you and how it works. And not only that, it's not going to be the Fausto show. We have several other instructors that are in there. We have hundreds of students that are in there, and you're going to see exactly if this is bullshit or not. Okay. I don't really like doing PowerPoints because anybody can make a good looking PowerPoint, but we practice what we preach. I'm going to show you how we do it, not on some stupid video. Okay. Live in the market. That's why I've been around for over 35 years doing it. Let's talk about the CrowdStrike effect. Now, listen, I had people telling me in the room, oh, the lawsuits are going to come. It's going to go lower. This company's going bankrupt, whatever it is. I'm like, listen, okay. So far, I haven't seen any lawsuits coming in yet, but does it matter? If they are, short the damn thing. What are you doing? Did you short it then? Oh, I know. It's like crickets. Short it. But you know what? There's a time where there's going to be an opportunity where program trading kicks in. Okay. No matter how bad the company does, there's some people out there own a lot of shares of it, and program trading's going to kick in. And you got to know where they are, because you'll have something like this. A big block order might show up, and there are 1,500 orders around the entire world that make up that order. And if you didn't know those orders are out there, and if you think like it is going to go to zero, guess what? Now your short is going to be a loser. You understand? One thinks you know more than the $200 million are going to be bought at that price than you. It's all about following the orders. And this was just actually not from today, it was from the other day. CrowdStrike did break that buy. And you know what? It went from 250 to 254. What a shocker. What a shocker. Let's we can go see what CrowdStrike is doing right now. So you could see here that CrowdStrike had a big support level at these prices. Okay, at 250. Now, do I have to play the video again for you to see it? That's why hopefully everyone here is watching, is basically following the channel. Look, I just posted this video. I just posted this video right here. This is the video right here. You can read it right there. It had 3,000 views. I just posted that yesterday, right at the close. Okay. And by the way, I'm just starting. I mean, I know some people see like millions of followers, but like we just started. So just shows you how many people are watching it. But looking at it, why did I post that? And it's like, is this the bottom for it? Well, hold on. Trying to clear these. Well, because if you look right here, there's 250. And guess what? It never hit it. And you know what? If you just got in it and got out of it, you bought it at 225 and you sold it at 256, you made $4 on it. I don't know, if you bought 100 shares, you made yourself $400. Do you care if it's going to go lower or not? I mean, you know what $400 is if you bought 100 shares of that stock? Let me show you something really quick. Let me bring this up for you. Hold on one second. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you. And I'm going to show you something here. 400 times 5 days a week times 52 weeks. It's about $104,000. Who here would like to make $100,000 salary? Who here would like to do that? I mean, you go find $100,000 salary. I'm not here to flash stacks of cash on the top of my, my Porsche. I'm not here to show you my extravagant, I don't know, $50,000. I don't know if you look behind me, you could see that. That's a Michael Schumacher signed jersey and hats. I'm not that type of. I'm not a flashy person. Okay, I don't need to say that. But you know what? For some of us, we may want to just replace our job. And you could have made it, living at home, working, whatever. You don't got to, my point is, you don't got to kill it. But people are like, oh, but it's going lower. Okay, let it go lower. But wasn't planning on it going lower. I was just looking to make my days pay. That's it. And that's where everyone is making this big mistake. They're forgetting it's about making a day's pay. Let's talk about resistance. Tesla takes a big hit. Okay. All of a sudden, if you own Tesla, you got to know where to get in, where to get out, where the support levels are, where the resistance levels are. So we're going to go here at Book Viewer. We're going to look where the biggest orders are. And I noticed immediately they're right here. On the sell order, right here. At that 226. So hold on. Let's see what Tesla is doing now in the market. I mean, the market's closed. Now you could see how Tesla hit that resistance and came crashing down. Now, all of a sudden, it's starting to build some support levels. So the thing is this. Sell orders was still out there. Look, 226, you got 70,000, 10,000. We're at 225. Like Tesla, swear by it, hate it, short it. And the only reason I'm shorting is because I don't hate the company or hate the owner. Okay. I'm shorting because there's sellers out there pushing it down. And that's why the stock went lower, which you could see from here to there. All about following the money, fellow traders. Let's talk about an example of Google. Google had good earnings, right? Okay, you think, oh, good earnings, great. Okay, great. Why is it going down? Why did it drop then? Well, maybe you didn't see the sellers are out there. And then why did it recover the next day? I mean, like, what kind of roller coaster situation we have going on here? Who's running this place? Wall Street is. Wall Street is. And what you need to look at is not the news, but follow the orders. Because when you get 113,000 share sellers sitting in at 176 and you don't know that, and it's about $20 million worth of stock out there, guess what? You can convert a winner into a loser. And don't tell me that has never happened to you. It's happened to every single one of you. Now, who here would like to get the Book Viewer? Okay. Who here would like to get it? Right from NASDAQ. So this is what I'm going to tell you. When I started this platform, okay, don't fall off your chair, cost me about $1,000 a month to get this software. Now, remember, I was 22 years old. You're talking 38 years ago. That's like paying like $4,000 a month today with maybe even higher with inflation and everything, right? So you're talking about in the 90s, paying $1,000 a month for this platform. So you want to know why there was only a few thousand of us trading back then? Is because it was expensive. Nothing's free. Well, I got great news for you. It doesn't cost $1,000 anymore. Doesn't cost $500. Doesn't cost $100. It costs $15 right from the exchange. You have a seat on the exchange of the market. Why in the hell that nobody would want to pay $15 for this product? I mean, they're like giving it away for free. And by the way, no brokerage firms gives it for free because they have to pay those are the exchange fees. $15. $15 to have a seat to see where 50% of the volume is. Why? Listen, I don't want to change your style, but wouldn't it be pretty nice to know where everyone else is sitting on the stock, where all the AI orders are, the algorithms, the high frequency trades, the dark pools, all that crap? So what I want you to do is open up your inbox and email me right now, Fausto, and just say, whatever, please send book viewer. And hit the send button. There we go. Hit the send button right now. So a couple of questions here. So essentially, if we see big sell orders, we should short at that price. And the other is the buy orders. Ed, does that seem complicated? You're getting it. You're on the same page. You're there. By the way, my email address is right here on the top screen. Right there. All right. You could probably hear my phone ringing. I don't know if everybody can hear that. Everybody hear that? That's all you guys. Victor, I got yours. Thank you very much. Dan, you want the book too? I'll give you the book too. All right. I'm just seeing you guys just email me right now. Evan, I got you. John, I got you too. Dwayne, I got you. You can see everyone emailing me right here. I got all your emails. Got you all you guys right there. All right, perfect. Yeah, just email me now. You know what? It's better if you email me now before you forget. All right. I'd rather just email me and take the few moments here to give you guys a little heads up on that. Did I have another question here? Yeah. Well, listen, Ed, another thing I want to add on top of it is that there's obviously a little bit more because, which I didn't cover. I'll cover that, next week in the trading room. But sometimes we all know supports and resistance levels get broken. Well, maybe those buyers and sellers that were big there before, now somebody's selling to them. That could happen, but you need to see it live in the market. And we're on a Saturday. So, we can only show you so much. Now, by the way, I don't want to go into great detail, but there is something called level 4 data. And just to basically just do a quick little analysis on it, I'm going to show you this next week. But imagine seeing all the orders, but now seeing it on a heat map. So now what you could do is you could actually see it on the orders that way, which, the market's closed. I can't really show you right now, but anytime next week when the market opens up, when you come into the trading room, you'll be able to see it on a really nice, colorful chart. And what's cool about this is that you could see how long they were out there for. You could see if those orders are getting broken into, all that cool stuff, which is great. And I think that's pretty much the next level of level 3. Like here you have Apple. You have a big iceberg order out there. You could see it right here for 136,000, but you could see how long he's been out there for, if he's going to get executed, all that good stuff. Does it get close to it? Everything else. You got a time and sales in there. These are like candlesticks, but they're a little bit different, a little bit more detailed. But I don't want to complicate anybody here. I don't want to make everyone get confused and lost right now. Okay. I don't want to, shove you with a fire hose down your throat and be like, my God, could you go into this too? Yeah. You know what? You can't learn how to trade in an hour. My goal right now is to get you interested, tell you what you're doing wrong, and get ready to send me those emails so I can get you my book, get you the book viewer, and then get you in my trading room next week so you could see this, so we could stop losing money and learning how to make it. All right. Now, the other thing, and hopefully everyone's starting to realize that, everybody likes to talk about indicators. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of indicators. And if there's one specific one you like, there's so many people telling you how they read it better than the other. Let me explain something about indicators. They're laggers. You want to be a lagger? You want to be a leader? You want to drive on GPS and not look at the road? Yeah, let me know how that works out for you. You know how many exits I missed because I was looking at the GPS all the time? Listen, they're confusing. There's so many of them. It's just easier and cleaner just to keep it simple. Follow the orders, and that's it. Know where the previous support and resistance levels are, and that's it. The hardest thing to teach, though, is the discipline and the greed. That basically comes with experience. And that's one of the big things that we teach our traders. And by the way, you're getting all this stuff for free. Okay. Now, the truth with indicators, like I said, It's always about seeing the past and you're trading behind. It's not teaching you the future. Let me see what we got here. All right. Now let's get to, we're done here. So let me get everyone registered. Okay. So I want to get everybody registered for next week. I want you to come to my trading room. We started the first trading room in the industry. Obviously you see them popping up everywhere. Where do you think they learned it? I started one of the first educational schools. I think when I started, it was 3 people. I'm actually the last one standing. Everybody else is out of business. So you could probably say I was the first school that started teaching people how to trade. And by having that longevity, being around so long, you could see some of the biggest brokerage firms in the industry endorse us, sponsor us. And by the way, if anyone here is going to learn from anyone, I really recommend you to do, if you don't move forward with Cybertrain University, just please go out there and make sure that your mentor, your guru, your school is being endorsed by these people, because these brokerage firms do credit checks on us, background checks on us. Remember, they have a lot of scrutiny with the SEC and the FTC. So, they're not going to just have Fausto come do a presentation for them, if we're teaching people how to lose money. Okay. So we're very, very compliant. We're very honest with you. And you know what? If it's good for them, it's good for you. Okay. And not only that, I don't think anyone here has probably ever seen a 5-star rating on any product in the world. We don't force people to go out there. They go out and do it for us. If you want to hear some of the reviews, go watch it. Okay. Go read some of the reviews. Not even your favorite restaurant in the world probably has a 5-star rating on Google or an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau. Why is that? Because we teach people how to stop losing money. It's not about making money. Okay. I know everybody wants to like to talk about money. I'm not an egotistical guy. Maybe when I was 22 years old, but it's all about making a career of trading. And I want you guys to be one of those successful people. I want you to be like this guy, Alex Poo, you learn from that. And I want you to be like him, to do a testimonial and see why I've changed people like his life, and you could be one of them too. All right. Now, how could you learn more? Here's what we're going to do. Subscribe to my channels, because they're all free. I broadcast every day on YouTube, TikTok, Telegram, Instagram, X, all of them. YouTube and TikTok and Instagram are my 3 biggest. So whatever you have a preference to do. And all I ask is one big favor. If you subscribe to it, give me a thumbs up, like it, and share it. Share it, share it, share it to everyone. The more you share, the more it helps you, the more it helps us, because there's just too many haters out there. There's too many people losing money. And let's just let people know the real truth about trading. Okay. Because I don't want anybody here getting mangled up with the wrong people out there. And, there's just bad actors out there. Just whatever. People think they know what they're doing. They never survived through the financial crisis, Hurricane Sandy, the internet bubble. When you go through one crisis, then that means then you can go from there. Now, this is how we're going to register everyone. I am asking everybody, if you want to have full access to Cybertrain University for one full week, I am asking for a $9 trial. That's it. $9. Now, I used to do it for free, but I just find that you're not going to take it seriously. Okay. You're going to come here. Like some of you are not even chatting. Listen, I'm looking for serious traders. You're going to have full access to my staff. You're going to be able to talk to them on the phone, which I know a lot of you here probably spent thousands of dollars, never even spoken to anyone there. But I am going to give you full access to everything that we do at Cybertrain University to hopefully prove to you that you can do this, or maybe it's not for you. And you know what? That's okay. But this is what you're going to get with this. If you have your phone, scan the QR code, or you can click the link that we just posted in there. Now, you're going to get live audio commentary. You're going to get full access to the alert service, the chat room, everything. We have workshops that we do. You're going to get full access to that. You're going to get hundreds of hours of classroom recordings, all this for $9. I'm like, what? People pay thousands for this. Why are you doing for $9? And I'll tell you why. I am looking to train traders that could be part of my team. I'm looking to recruit traders because what happens is that I'll make you such a good trader. Eventually, you'll teach other people and you're going to move on. But, there's a lot of schools out there that are students of mine. Listen, for 30 years, it's like, where are the tens of thousands of people in your trading room? Well, we're not looking to hold anyone hostage. There's millions and millions and millions of traders out there, and they all think they know what they're doing. I want you to be the smart one. You're smarter than those other million people out there because you're here on a Saturday with me showing you why they made those mistakes. Listen, I wasn't a market maker I didn't take a job to be a market maker because I was offered that job. I took that job because I knew that the only way I was going to learn is I had to learn the people that do it every day. I had to learn. I was fortunate living in New York because it's the financial capital of the world. Listen, if I'm going to give you everyone some advice, if you want to learn movies, don't go to Texas. Go to Hollywood. You want to be a chef? You want to learn how to make good pizza? Go to Italy. Okay. You want to learn that the oil industry? Go to Calgary or go to Texas. You want to learn about the stock market? Okay. You learn from traders that work on the floor of the exchange, like me. Not from some gym teacher or some engineer that came out with some indicator. Okay. So everything you're going to get, and by the way, money back guaranteed. I don't need your $9. If you're not happy after a week, just email me. I'll give you my $9 back. Trust me, it's not worth it to me. This is an application fee to let me know that you say who you are. Like some of you are emailing me right now. I don't even know what the hell your name is. VP. I don't know who VP is. You know what I mean? Like, and not only that, but like I said, you'll take it more seriously. Question I had just came across here. We are not going to charge you a single penny after a week. We don't do any subscriptions. If you don't want to continue with Cyber Trade University, you don't have to. Okay. Trust me. We don't need it. I'm going to throw one more big bonus in, and this is something that's going to take it to the top. If you register right now, I will personally talk to you on the phone. I will. Listen, if you're going to ever go in front of a doctor and get surgery, don't you want to talk to the doctor? You don't want to talk to the nurse. You want to make sure you got the right doctor. And let me tell you, there's some of us here a little bit older. Some of us here spoke to some doctors like, you know what? I'm getting a second opinion. Okay. Good thing I didn't go with what I read on the paper. Okay. Well, here's your opportunity to do it. Go out there, fill it out. Guys, it's $9. What do you have to lose? Other than I just showed you how to follow the market makers. You're getting my book. I'm showing you, I'm giving you a seat on the NASDAQ exchange, all for free. And for an extra $9, you could actually come and watch us show you how to do it and show you how level 4 works. What's wrong with that? All right. A couple of people here just registered. And who do we got here? Avani from Florida got your registration. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much. Who is this? Julie from Chicago. Just looking at some of the trades coming in right now. Welcome aboard. I see a bunch of you coming in right now. Victor Chang from Singapore. All right. What time is it in Singapore right now, Victor? We have a few people from Singapore, students of ours. Only people we have an issue with is we usually get a lot of people from Australia, but you know what? You could swing trade. So you could do that. That works out great. Just the time zone, sometimes a little bit difficult for day trading. Once again, $9. Now, listen, very important, fellow traders. When you register, every one of you here are going to get, there's like a 5 questionnaire. Let us know a little bit about you, who you trade with, how long you've been doing it. You have a mentor, just like 5 questions. And then on the next page you're going to book a time when you're going to talk to us. We're going to do a quick little orientation with you. We're not here to sell you anything. We're not in the sell business. Okay. We want to make sure you're doing this and know what you're doing. So we don't want you to go into the trading room and trade blind. So try to book your appointment as soon as possible. If you are waiting to do it later, let's say you guys going away, just buy it now and say, you know what? Could I use it next week? Because I'm going on vacation. Yes. Pay the $9 now. book your appointment a week later. Because listen, it's fresh in your mind because you know what's going to end up happening. You and I are going to get off the phone and probably never talk again. Or you're going to come back 3-4 months later and like, shit, I should have signed up before. Now, you know what? After this election or some catastrophe, I got crushed on the stock, whatever it may be, bad earnings. Just take the $9 and make the risk right now. A couple other people just registered. Who else I got here that just signed up? Dan from London. Welcome aboard. So was it there 5 o'clock, Dan? Victor says it's 12 a.m. in Singapore. All right. Look forward for the chat with John on Monday, Pete. Yeah. So Pete, you're doing your walkthrough? Great. So listen, you know what? He's going to walk you through. If you have access to the portal page right now, but what's nice is that you'll get those videos, how to download the book map, the book viewer and all that stuff. And he's going to show you exactly the windows. Listen, we want you to have a good experience. I know a lot of you here signed up for crap. You're like, okay, what do I do with it? You're like, it's a waste of money. And it is. It's a total waste of money. We're very big when it comes to customer service. That's why we have a 5-star rating on Google. You know what I mean? So, and that's why we're endorsed by every brokerage firm in the industry. And I've done speakings for them because you know what? We save them time. They want an educated customer. They don't want somebody who's going to do two trades a year. They lose money on that. They want you to be active, and we're going to tell you how they make their money and everything else. We'll tell you things that you probably don't even know about. All right. All right, traders. Any last minute questions? Any last minute questions? Guys, got just another minute or so to lock it in. 20 people are going to get access to come because I can't, talk to everyone. Very limited with time. But if you sign up right now, we'll get that ball rolling for you. All right. And by the way, thank you for some of you here. I see some of the students that came here today. Thank you for coming. We always, for your support. I see some of you already did a trial. You already signed up and have your appointments coming up. That's awesome. Great. No problem, Pete. Listen, I take the time on a Saturday. I could be on my boat right now. Okay. I was supposed to go tuna fishing. All right. And you know how much fun that is? And it's not even my boat. I was supposed to go on someone else's boat, use their money. It was a big Viking. But I'm here talking to you guys. Why am I wasting my time talking to you where you could have done this on a recording? Listen, I am taking, and my staff, my staff, it's the summertime. You think they want to be here? They're here because we're looking to recruit traders because when it comes time, and after all this, everything that's going on, inflation, some of you guys looking to retire, whatever, we want reading the comments of the hatred and people so angry about losing money on these companies and they destroyed their lives. And you've been there and you've done that. Let's take the stinking $9 and let me show you how to do it the right way. Because if it doesn't work out, it'll be the best $9 you ever spent. And you can go back and just say, you know what? I did it. And I know the real truth and why I'm getting screwed. Let me go back to my day job. Then going out there and learning the hard way. Thank you for everyone for listening. Pete, look forward. Thank you very much. Dan, everyone else, and everyone that signed up. Look forward to seeing you in the trading room. For everyone else, Michelle, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for your help. All I ask is you got to learn before you earn. If you do move forward with Cyber Trade University, you're going to have to go out there and learn from somebody. But don't be ignorant. Try to do this on your own. You saw how many of you answered that poll question, how some of you have not been trained before. You can't go into this business without learning why people are losing. You got to fix that first before you can do everything else. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I look forward to see everybody here on Monday. All right. Don't forget to book that appointment.